Hello, everyone, and welcome to another session of Journey Within Sahaja Yoga. This is the sixth part in the NABHI CHAKRA series, and today we will talk about how to achieve balance in family life. If you haven't watched the previous parts in this NABHI CHAKRA series, I would really request you to go back and watch those sessions before you continue with this program. And the reason behind that is, before we jump up to a more deeper topic which require that subtle understanding, we need to have that depth within ourselves. Without it, you may be able to understand a bit mentally, but we also want you to have that experience within yourself, to have that enlightenment within yourself, which is very necessary for any change, for any progression, and for your spiritual ascent. And obviously, in turn, for having a balanced family life. So in today's session, we will start by listening to an excerpt of a talk given by Mataji on the family life, or the left aspect of the NABHI chakra. In that talk, she explains in brief on how one should behave as a man or a woman and what's their role in the family. She also advises on the do's and don'ts and how one can achieve balance within oneself, within the family, the society, and the whole world. Followed by that, we will have a meditation by Uncle Yogi Mahajan, and hopefully by the end of it, you can feel the peace within yourself. And with that peace comes balance and the joy, which I hope you can spread in your family and in the whole world. So without further ado, let's begin today's session by raising our Kundalini and putting on a bandhan. Slowly put both of your hands back into your lap, palms facing upwards, and with full attention, let's listen to the talk given by Mataji.
Because you are like the flowers which have to produce a fruit. That's what nature wants. Nature wants that you are there to produce the fruit, that is your children. That's why you are men and women. That's the basics. Now, if you think that with that responsibility, if you can do something else, you should do. But the main thing is that, and if you don't do that, is to look after your children, to give them joy, have a beautiful nest for them, then I must say that you are neglecting your basic duty and your attention on something else. That's why so many divorces are taking place and problems are there. Then women ask for their rights, they go beyond their limits, they become dominating here, the men become dominating. That's not the way we are going to solve. We have to know that we are two wheels of one chariot. One on the left, another in the right. Now, they are not similar. They are two types, one left side, one on the right side. But they are equal. Whatever they do, it's equal. They are to be respected equally in the same manner. And it is always so. For example, I had a girl who came to me, and she was a private secretary. And she told me, "Mother, you say this, but I've seen that all these men come and flirt with their private secretaries." So I said, "All right, maybe so. But what does that matter? You see, that shows there's something wrong with the man. He doesn't understand. He's off his head. He cannot enjoy his wife and he's running after other things. It's like having something in your house and you are looking at other things, you see. Like in India, if you go to somebody comes to your house, be careful about your things. But in England, I tell them, if somebody comes to your house, be careful about your wife. See, it's just a little difference between, but the second one is a dangerous thing because fundamental. The wife is the fundamental thing because you do not know what she will do, how she will react, and you do not know how the guest, because that is regarded as their freedom. But if you take away something from somebody's house, that's not freedom, because we can take away anything from somebody's house. Why should anybody arrest us? Because there is a free will for you to do what you like, is allowed to do what you like, but in that free will, you are harming so many people and ultimately your society. Now, these 2 weeks, as I said, are very important to God because so many great people want to take birth on this earth. So many great souls want to take birth on this earth. And if we behave in such a manner that all the time this chariot is this way going up or that way going up, I can tell you no child would be willing to be born in this place who are great people. Only the people who are of the worst type will be born. There will be hooligans, there will be horrible people with a horrid nature, and they'll spoil the whole atmosphere of the countries where husband and wife do not have good relationship. The children will be such hooligans and such horrible things that will be surprised that at the age of 8 years and 5 years, they'll be committing murders and doing all kinds of such things that you'll be shocked. Now, between you and me, because you are also husbands and wife, and one thing it should be there, that we should not quarrel before our children. We should have all decency of husband and wife. There are so many things we do not do in the presence of our children. In the same way, we need not sit down and quarrel and say, I hate you and I hate you. I tell you, this is something you have to change a little bit in our language. In India, if somebody says, I hate you, it's regarded, that man regarded as the most unmannerly person. I mean, it's very bad manners to say, I hate you. How? I mean, it shows that you are a very low type of a person to say like that. But I hate you, so what? If you hate, so what? You are not God. If you hate me, what does it matter? Actually, if somebody hates someone, so what? That shows that person is not a good person, just to hate someone. I hate you is a way of expressing something that is, I feel, is very wrong for the family system. It shocks children. Children look upon you as ideals. When they are born, you should see them. Most of the children nowadays in Australia are born realized. I see them around when I went to the airport and I see they are born realized. And they watch, and they're surprised, and they sulk, and they feel very sad. They don't take sides. They don't like the father to fight the mother to fight. And one other thing which we must understand, that a certain gradation has to be there. A woman is the strongest point of the household, like this Mother Earth is. She takes all the problems upon herself. Because she's the strongest. Who else can withstand this kind of weight on her? It's the mother. In the same way, a woman in the house is the mother, and she has to bear up. You see, it's nice to have a husband who comes home and says whatever he likes and takes out all the filth on you, than to have a husband who is very sweet, hello, hello, and outside he goes like a bumptious tiger on everyone. Such a man has to, you see, they are like children, I would say. They are like children. They have to take out their tensions on their wives only. And you should be an absorber of that. And that's the sign of a woman. A strong woman doesn't get easily disturbed by these things. She's not bothered. She says, all right, you little baby, come along. Now I have had 4 babies. Now this is the 5th one, which is the smallest has come. Let him shout and scream. Even with the children, you have to be patient. They'll hit you. They'll do anything. I would say that way in India, children are treated very kindly, and they are special things. They will do what they like when they are children. But when they grow up, we do not have teenage problem. We do not have problem when the children don't respect. This is a very important aspect of our modern life that we have to understand. What is the relationship of husband and wife is? Husband is like, say, a gentleman who is definitely to be respected by the wife. But if she does not respect the husband, she cannot get respect for her children. But the husband has to be a respectable man. That's very important. If the man is not respectable, he cannot be respected easily. But the more is the woman has to be very respectable. If she doesn't give her respect, you can handle any kind of man if you are clever enough. Drunkards, all sorts, they come down. Because after all, they are human beings, they are not bad people. But because of mishandling, they just get out. And the domination of men is just a myth. See, they cannot dominate. They are incapable of domination. They just do it because they want to feel that they are superior. That's all. But they cannot dominate. Whatever the domination, what is their domination? It's little things here and there. Just like children. That's what it is. If women understand their maturity and their responsibility as women, because they are the Shakti, they are the power of the family, and they are the potent Shakti for the husband as well as for the children. But if they get disturbed, then the husband is disturbed and children are also disturbed. But they are potent. While the kinetics are these people, like here is the electricity, all right. So we say very good lamp and electricity and all that. But from where does it come? The source is somewhere quietly sending the source and enjoying itself by giving that source. In the same way, this is a very important sentence. Why I said it? Because today I went to Melbourne and all the time this finger was burning up to this point. So that means there's something wrong with men and women as far as their family life is concerned. They are all very upset, I felt. The husband is upset and the women. Maybe the laws may be against men, maybe here, I don't know. But in America I found a husband and wife relationship is very queer. For example, I met a lady who was very queer people there. I went and stayed with a lady. She had a luxurious house with a swimming pool and this and a maid coming to do everything up and 5 stories and this. And she said, you see, one of my former husband will come and see you in Los Angeles. I said, all right, very good idea. So he came, he was like a pauper, walking like this. And he says, I have got a room on rent where I'm staying, mother. It's very difficult. I have to share it with someone. I said, what? That lady who was there, she has a very big house. She's supposed to be a wife. He said, that's mine. I tell you, I lost it to her in a case. I said, how could you lose that in a case? Because she asked for a divorce and because she found guilty out of me, something. So she got it. And she married 3 husbands. All the 3 husbands are moving like paupers and this lady is very rich. If you marry 7 husbands are finished forever, but the lady is so rich 7 times more than any one of them. So this is kind of a law I don't understand. First of all, why there should be a law I don't understand between husband and wife. I just don't understand. I mean, we don't have such laws in India, but everybody cares for the wife because she is the nearest and the dearest person there. Who else to depend? If the woman is dedicated and devoted to husband, do you think he'll run after any other woman? He has to come back to her. So he'll be so fed up with these women who just live for money or anything that he has to come back. So you see, one has to take a very wise decision because you must understand you are born at a juncture, whether on which you will be destroyed completely or you will be saved completely. It's a very important. You have to save humanity. You are born at a time when you have to save humanity. It's not only Kundalini awakening that will help because you might be saved, but you have to save the whole society, the whole family, the whole, I should say the whole universe or the whole creation will have no meaning if you people are destroyed. Now, this is one of the way of destruction by destroying the family. The children become mad, the husband becomes mad. They all end up in orphanages. That's what I've seen. They are mostly in orphanages in their old age. There's nobody to bother about. So it's a question of giving and giving and giving.
Jai Shrimataji. Let us bow down to Shrimataji, raise our Kundalini and take a bandha. Place both your hands on Mother Earth and pray to Mother Earth to absorb all the negativity of your chakras and the nadis. हे भूमि देवी माता, कृपया हमारे सभी चक्रों और सभी नाड़ियों के दोष अर्पण कीजिए. The deity of the first chakra is made of the earth element. It responds to the gravity of Mother Earth and releases all the blocks in our left side into the Mother Earth. The deity of the first chakra blesses us with innocence, with chastity, with auspiciousness, with wisdom, and takes us to the home of our mother. He is a child deity who doesn't know anyone else except his mother. We also don't know anything else except our mother. All the knowledge we have is only mental knowledge. It does not take us anywhere. On the contrary, it confuses us. It is all fiction, knowledge of the matter. But the first deity gives us the knowledge of the spirit. Meditation is being one with your spirit. No other knowledge can help you except the love for your spirit. Feel that love. This love is in all of us. It is not borrowed. It is not imagined. It is innate, born with us since our birth. Our desires can hide it. Our passions can hide it. But like the sun, which is hidden by the clouds, it reappears. You may lose yourself in thoughts and forget about it. But again, it surfaces because it's inside of you. You don't have to make any effort, effortless. Relax, totally relax. It works out by its own momentum. And love is that momentum. Feel that love in all your chakras, in your heart, in your brain, in your sahasrara. There is nothing that is without it. All our mental ideas and thoughts are limited, but love is unlimited, infinite. To know the infinite, we have to become the infinite. We have to become the infinite love. The love is not worried about your blocks, your ego, your superego, guilt, forgiveness, non forgiveness. It is beyond all that. So leave all that behind. These are all your mental ideas given to you by your intellect, by your conditioning, by your programming. The spirit can never be guilty because the spirit is pure. Fire cannot burn it, water cannot wet it, wind cannot dry it. It is itself complete. It knows itself by its own consciousness. You cannot know it from your intellect. You cannot know it from your emotions. It has its own consciousness. It's very easy to plug into it if we leave the past and the future behind. There is nothing to worry. The deity of the Sahasrara, Her Holiness Sri Mataji, Nirmala Devi, takes care of everything. She has provided us with everything. Even before we ask, she gives. So there is nothing for us to worry. The worry agitates the NABHI chakra unnecessarily. And that is when we lose our balance. We get tense. When the NABHI gets tense, the attention goes into the disturbed area and we lose our balance. So, nothing to worry. Tell your NABHI, I am totally satisfied. I am totally content. I don't need anything. I have everything. I have so much that I can give to others. The more you give, the happier your NABHI becomes. The more its vibrations multiply. As your NABHI settles down, the NABHI of the public, the NABHI of your house, the NABHI of your family, it calms down. And you feel the peace within yourself. And that's how evolution takes place, when there is peace inside of us. When there is peace, we give peace to others. Totally peaceful. Don't allow your liver to activate you. Tell it to calm down. Whatever we do or think is not going to happen. Whatever we plan, the goddess neutralizes. Sankalp vikalp karoti. So there's nothing to plan. There's nothing to control. Not even control your thoughts. They will fade away because they are not the reality. Reality is the spirit. Feel inside, go deeper. It has its own consciousness. Expand your consciousness so you can reach its consciousness. Deeper and deeper. It gives you immense joy, fulfills you totally. The tree of life rests on the nourishment it receives from the NABHI chakra. If the nourishment is in balance, the tree of life grows in balance. Not too big, not too small. Just as nature wants it to be. Ritumbara pragya. We don't have to do anything. We don't sprout a seed. Nature does that. The Kundalini within us sprouts the seeds. We do not control it. We do not direct it. It knows better than us. We know nothing. All we know is that we know nothing. Avidya. Sri Mataji, you do everything. I do nothing at all. I am only an instrument. May your love flow through this instrument. May this instrument be worthy of your love. Total silence. When you are silenced within, you reach the silence of the universe. And everything in the universe works for you. Effortless. Love doesn't need any effort. It is natural. Just let it flow. without any tag of me or mine. Just let it flow. It has to reach the ocean. That is its promise. Don't focus anywhere. Don't concentrate anywhere. Just be one with your kundalini. Just feel. That's all. Feel. Like you feel others, feel yourself. Feeling is beyond thoughts. You can feel it anywhere. And then that feeling grows. That feeling rises. Now, gently open your eyes and look at the photo of Sri Mataji without thinking. Now, bow down to Sri Mataji, thanking her for blessing us with this meditation. Then raise your Kundalini 3 times. Take a bandhan. Jai Shri Mataji.